friends, and welcome to a Lefty Knitter podcast. This is Aquila, and I'm coming to you from Baltimore, Maryland. This is episode 251. I'm going to try more vlog style for this, because I have not been doing that, and I really enjoy doing that, so I'm going to show you what I have started. The first clip you would have seen was the alpaca parade, and that is at the Maryland Alpaca and Fleece Festival. That happened this past weekend, and it was an amazing time. I got to take one of my really good friends to her first fiber festival, and that was exciting. Excuse this, I don't know what happens at 42, but whatever. I am going to show you this project that I've started with a few friends of mine. Tammy and Chevrons, I'll just say their names. They don't care. They're not going to care. Chevs had gotten some really cool yarn, and I suggested this pattern, and we all were like, okay, let's give it a go. And so I'm going to turn my camera around and show you guys. Well, first, let me find the label so I can tell you what it is. Excuse my bedroom. This is the Big Twist yarn in Supernova. The line is Supernova, I should say. It's 80 acrylic, 20 wool. And the colorway for this is called Whirlpool Galaxy. And I just got this one within the last 2 weeks. I got 3 balls. They were on sale for like $4.99. And I'm going to turn you around, and I'm going to hope and pray that I have enough yarn for this. But you're going to go on this journey with me and find out. Also, I'm using my new crochet hook. Isn't it pretty? And so it is a G6. Isn't there a song that has like... Yeah, there is. Okay, I'm not going there. All right, I'm going to flip this around to show you guys what I have started. Okay, so I have started a Hexi cardigan. And I know this yarn may not be the most perfect yarn for it because you're not going to get like the striping effect with most Hexi cardigans. But I am still really totally digging this project, okay? While I was at the Alpaca Festival, I saw someone wearing one of these, and I stopped them, and we were talking, and she gave me really good advice that she received, or they received, I shouldn't just assume, that they had received from somebody else. And their advice to me was, crochet them tandem. If you have the yarn to be able to do that, crochet them tandem. That way, if you do one panel, because this is just going to keep continuing to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Toni Lipsey has a great tutorial video. There's also a lot of other YouTube tutorial videos out there. And this is a free pattern on Toni Lipsey's website. So, the thing is, people get second sock syndrome, they get second sleeve syndrome, etc. So if you finish one panel, you might be like, oh my god, I gotta make another. Well, now I'm getting a little bit, it's getting bigger. You can tell this one's, I've done a few extra rounds on this one, so I need to work on this one. The rows are getting longer. This is 6 sides, because technically you are crocheting a hexagon. 6 sides. It's hard to tell, because I'm going around and around and around, and here's one whole side, there's another side. So you're doing 6 to be able to fold it in this pattern, in this way. I believe this baby surprise jacket is also similar to this, in that you crochet these panels, and then you fold them a certain way to seam them. So I'm really digging this. I know the stripes don't really show, like I said, but I am really enjoying this. It is easy crocheting that you can watch a movie, you can listen to a book. I feel like you're not having to follow charts. So I am very excited about this. So join me on my journey as I work on this. And I only have 3 balls. I was hoping I could get big enough to where the drop in the armhole is the length I need. And then I'll be able to use my 3rd ball to make panels here if I need to seam it up, and extend the arms if needed. That is my ultimate plan. So, I will show you guys the Polina sweater. I have blocked it, and I also have finished and blocked, it is still wet, my Simple Hug Cardi, which is also out of this yarn, but in that dark rainbow colorway. So, I feel very productive in these last couple weeks. So I'll see you guys. Oh, today, by the way, is November 11th, Monday. And it is Veterans Day here in the US. So I just want to give a shout out to all the veterans and thank them for their service. Yeah, I have a few family members and friends and whatnot. So, yep. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Good morning. It is Tuesday, November 12th, and I'm inviting you into my messy craft room. I want to show you guys. It's so bad in here. It's craft / office. I got everything going on. I have shower hair. Don't care. I'm wearing my flax sweater. It's old and it doesn't fit me so good anymore. Because, well, you know, I've gained a few pounds. But I blocked my Simple Hug Cardi, so I am going to flip you around and show you. Simple Hug Cardi, y'all. This is, it's been blocking for like 2 days. It's just not been nice enough weather to put it outside. So, yeah, we're going to unpin this. I thought I was going to have time before school and work, but I still have to make lunches, and it's just not going to happen to get it, the ends sewn in. So, I do want to just get it unpinned so it's ready for when I get home today. So, let's get that going. Hey guys, still Tuesday. I got a prize in the mail, so I wanted to jump on here real quick. I received this from entering the Emotional Support Ghost Cowl, who was Cal, knit along, but make along. It was a make along, it was a make along, because you could do all different stuff. I made a ghost that used glow-in-the-dark yarn, and I tagged it and whatnot, and Nicole, who is the host of the podcast, Witchin Knittin Mama. I'm not sure if that's actually the name of her podcast, though. That is her Instagram name. I will link down below. Both places you can find Nicole. I got my prize. Look, it has this cute sticker. I'm not going to show you the other side. Obviously, it has my address on it. But I got this cute little fidget. It's a witch's hat. How cute is that? I'm sure this will get relinquished to the little one. A sticker with a lollipop. I love that. That's really cute. Like some ghost, some Halloween stickers. Bloody hands and Happy Halloween with a mummy and a pumpkin. And then from the Naughty Knitress, Andy, who has her shop in Oregon. This is a little, I'm assuming she did these on her, I don't know what they're called, but the machines that cut and do all that stuff. I'm not, like Glowforge, I'm not, that probably is a brand. Those things, look how cute it is. So I have that. Aw, thank you, Nicole. Thank you so much. Definitely go watch Nicole. She has littles in her life, so she's always crafting all kinds of different stuff. If you have little people in your life that you want to craft for, she has good ideas and she does some fun stuff. So go check that out, and thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I didn't expect to win anything. I just was like, oh, I want to make one of those, and I have glow-in-the-dark yarn, so it was perfect. So, okay. Till the next clip. Husband's phone is ringing. Hello, friends. It is now Wednesday, November 13th. Ignore the kid. She's in there playing VR. But I wore my Simple Hug Cardi today. Oh, it's going to be hard to show. Hold on, let me put you up somewhere. Hayes, quiet. Please, thank you. I love it. Now, because you're doing all this as one long row, this all looks different. Until you get to the sleeve separation, then it looks different, and you can really tell on the back. So I'm going to turn around so you guys can see how different it really looks, because at the top you can see where the colors like really fade into one another, but it's chunky down at the bottom. And I mean, the sleeves also look really cool. I love it. It turned out really good. I wore it to work today. It was comfortable. It wasn't, I wish I had a plain shirt that went under this. It would have been, I feel like, better, but it's all good. Simple Hug Cardi. 2 skeins. I didn't even use the full amount of the second skein. And I did change my needle size for this project because this is what I had left of the second skein. I keep looking here and the camera's over there. And then I used, oh my goodness, you guys, needle sizes 10 and 9. So I used a 10 for all of the body and 9 for all the ribbing. I love it so much. 2 balls of this made a cardigan that fits me really well. I did the 4th size in the sweater by the numbers, by using the numbers. I knew my gauge would be a little different because I was using a different size needle. This yarn did block out pretty decently. It is 80-20, 80% acrylic, 20% wool, so it's not going to fully block out, like, but I think with Ware, and just, it's not heavy at all. It's so light. It's insanely light. So there isn't much weight that's going to pull on it. I'm so happy with it. I'm so happy. Like, if I were to give, like, a percentage of happiness, I would say this is, like, a 94% happiness rating. I mean, something's got to be, like, quite amazing to be 100%, right? But this is going to get worn. I feel like it's going to get worn a lot. So, now I've made 2 simple hugs. The first one, I think I mentioned in a previous episode that I used a Chevrons yarn, one of the cakes, and it was a cotton yarn. And I didn't use a full 2 skeins of that either. And I did a lot more color management because the colors were wider blocks of color, so I did color management with that. All right, it is the end of the night. I'm probably not going to show you anything else today on Wednesday, but I'm really happy that this is, like, done. This is something that I would definitely gift to, like, a friend or a family member that is knit worthy, because it does knit up very quick because you're using the large needles. So if this is something you're interested in making for someone or even for yourself, it's really a great, it's great. I'm not gonna keep praising, I mean, I will keep praising it, but I'm gonna end this video. I will talk to you guys later. Friends, it is now Thursday, November 14th. I finished John's hat. It's not fully finished because I have some ends to weave in. I got to think about how I'm going to do this because here comes the husband. This is life. I gotta stop. Well, I just had to kick John out because he came in on a work call and I was like, you gotta go. Sorry. This is yarn from Rising Tide Fiber Company. It is the tweed base, and let me see. I'm sure I have the label in here. Give me a second. This is how much I have left. Tink. And I held it double. It's a fingering weight. It's tweed fingering, 85% superwash merino and 15% Donegal neps. It's 438 yards. This is the color Grape Escape. So I did the Hipster Hat by petiteKnit. Oh, he doesn't know how to just keep away. Okay, so it has this cool decrease on the top where it's like a 4. Oh my god, the whole family wants to be involved. Bye, cat. It has the way you decrease at the top, it gives like these 4 quadrants. It's really cool. The whole hat is ribbed, obviously. And And so I got to figure out how I'm going to weave this in, because when John wears it, I had to cut the yarn and recake it because I was having so many issues with the cake that I wound. So I have all these ends to weave in, but I got to think about how I'm going to weave this in, because this is how he wears his hats. He's wearing one right now. So this is how he wears his hat. So I have to make sure when I weave in my ends.
What's up?
Yeah, Johnny Bo appearance. They haven't seen you in a while. I have to make sure that the ends, when I weave them in, aren't gonna like show. Like, you wear it even more. You wear it like that.
A little bitty beanie.
Yeah, so here's where here's where I had to connect it. So I gotta figure out where I should probably go up into the hat, huh? Because if you're wearing it, well, when I weave the ends in on the bottom, I weave them in on the outside, because when you roll it up, yeah, that sounds crazy, but I weave them in on the outside.
So crazy.
And then, so this is where I connected it. I can definitely weave that into the hat since it's like right there. Okay, now I know I can weave it in. But yes, this is the Hipster Hat by petiteKnit and Johnny Bo.
Johnny Bo didn't have anything to do with that pattern.
No, you picked it. You picked the pattern.
Did I?
I showed you and you were like, yeah, I like that one. I picked out a bunch. You said you wanted a ribbed beanie. And I said, okay, let me find you some patterns. And then this is the one.
This one's ribbed too.
It is, but that is the Siege hat, C-E-E-J, I believe. And that is the one that Michael from Piece for Piece.
It does a thing somewhere. I don't think it's in the front.
What?
It does a squiggly somewhere.
This?
Something.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the way you put it on. It's definitely a different way it decreased, and I think both of them are cool. So,
did y'all see Piece for Piece's cardigan he made?
Yeah.
It's fucking killer.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So good. Bleep that out. Bleep that out.
It's super heavyweight because it's like a chunky or bulky yarn. Mm. But it's kind of like, I guess, what you would make the dude jacket out of or something, right? Like, there's a pattern for that.
That's
sweater.
A horrible movie.
I've seen it not all the way through. Is it horrible?
No, I'm just creating controversy.
Oh,
I don't
gotcha.
like it because I love the Eagles. And as soon as he was
he's like bashing the Eagles in the whole movie or something.
Not the whole movie, one scene.
Oh, okay.
But that was enough.
Here's your hat.
It ain't done. You ain't no mean girl.
Jeez, he's just name dropping today. Okay, so here it is. It's done. I used one size needle throughout the whole hat, and that was a US 4. So there you go. I might, if he likes this one, or if he likes that pattern, I have 2 more tweed yarns that he needs hats for. So I got to figure out which hat he likes, or maybe one of each, and we'll go from there. So, all right. Yeah. I have a lot of needles to put away because I finished like so many projects, and I have all these bags just on my floor, and I took all the needles out, and I'm like, oh my God, I gotta like put these all away. I'm usually really good about putting them away right after I'm done, and that is the case here because I finished like 2 sweaters back to back. So, all right, we have to go have parent-teacher conferences. Yay, because the first quarter of school is over. So I will catch you guys later. Morning. It is Friday, and I'm laying out my Hexi cardigan to see how much more I need to do. But I think I'm good for the fronts. So I'm going to show you what I got because it's easier to see it so I can explain it. Let me flip you. Okay, so these are my 2 panels. I did them concurrently. Is that the right term? I've laid it out on a sweater that I really like the shape of and the size of. So this opens up. This would be the front, your front. This gets seamed. And I made sure when I laid it out, my balls of yarn would be ready to crochet going this way, right? So it's here and here. Even though I might not want this as the front, this is the, it doesn't really matter. I mean, they look similar, that I'm not going to be mad. This one looks like it has a lot of patches, and that's kind of actually cool. But I needed to measure this space, because this is the back that I need to eventually seam these 2 panels together. So I measured, it's about 5 inches, we're going to say. And it takes about 2.5 rows, or sorry, it takes about 5 rows. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows to do about 2.5 inches. I'm going to do 6 additional rows back and forth like this on each panel and then connect them. That's going to be my back. And then eventually, I'm going to sew up the seam. I think you're supposed to sew up the seam first. I'm not sure. I don't have to do that. And then I can add length to the arms, add on to the bottom, and add on a collar. So that's where I'm at. I just wanted to show you guys where I was. And I'm very excited about this. I think this yarn is really beautiful. This was 2 balls. I have 3. So I'm sure I have plenty to do everything I need to do for this. So, all right. Happy Friday. It is later in the day on Friday after work. I am making John's favorite. His birthday is soon. And his favorite is double layer pumpkin cheesecake. So what you do is I put the recipe down below. It's from All Recipes. I've used it for years and years and years. And I'm doing a double batch. But you make your cheesecake and then you make a layer of that in your pie. And then you add your pumpkin to it and your spices. And then you do that layer in the pie. And it's a double layer pumpkin cheesecake. What's up? So yeah, I'm making, you good, Hayes? Okay. Make sure you push that door shut, please. We don't need an escaping cat. Sorry. Life in the house of the bows. Yeah, so I'm just currently mixing up the cheesecake batter right now. But I will take a small video and show you guys what it looks like in the end. We're not having it till tomorrow. It's got to chill overnight, but it's so good. I don't know what else I'm going to show you guys in this clip or video, so stay tuned, I guess. Up this video, I just showed you guys the progress on the HexiaGranny. I added the back rows, so I need to seam that together. I need to seam the tops of the arms together, and then I need to do a collar and a bottom border, and then figure out what I want to do with the sleeves if I want to do anything. So that was full 2 balls of that Supernova yarn, and I have 1 ball left, which I know is going to be plenty. Yeah. So I was at Joann's today. I had to pick up an online order for a super secret knitting project. So I'm not even going to show the yarn on here because I don't want it getting out into the world. You guys will see it eventually, I promise, because I do show you what I'm working on. But while I was there, I did pick up 2 more balls of that big twist because I want to make another simple hug. This is the color I really loved, and Hazel talked me into that gray, purple, green yarn, which is the Hexi Cardi. I do like it, but this is the colors that I originally wanted, and she talked me out of it. But I have now purchased them at a discounted price and a coupon to make someone in my life a simple hug. So I love these colors. This is the colorway Mars Landing. So the only other thing I need to show you guys is I never followed up with what I bought at the Maryland Alpaca and Fleece Festival. So I'm going to show you guys that, and it's going to be the end of the video. I did practice doing ribbing on my machine, so I'm going to show you that real quick too. But yeah, so I made a cup cozy. I don't have a cup down here. It would be to go over like a coffee, like a to-go coffee cup or something like that. So I was practicing ribbing on my machine, on my Erlbacher Gear Heart. I haven't done it in a while, and I know people have been asking for videos on ribbing. So that is my plan eventually. This is the top. This is where I started with the ribbing, and this is where I did a bind off, a sewn bind off at the bottom. So this is, yeah, all done on my ribber with a 1x1 rib. So, okay. Now, let's show you what I purchased. I have purchased kits from Companion Fiber before to make Hazel a monster and a stuffed animal. She's purchased earrings from there. We have a few things from Companion Fiber, and so I wanted to buy some actual yarn from her, and so that's what I did this time. Or fiber or yarn, I should say, and I bought fiber. I bought this braid, Companion Fiber. They're out of West Virginia. And this is the Reishi colorway, R-E-I-S-H-I. I think somebody told me that means like mushroom or something. And it's 100% Cordell. It's a 4-ounce braid. And it's beautiful. I am very excited to use this. I also love the way that, I can't remember her name. I love the way that she displays it like this. I think it just looks beautiful. I just think it just looks really beautiful. So I bought this, and we didn't purchase much. So while we were at Frogget, this is where all of our purchases actually, the rest of them, no, I'm a big fat liar. John has soap. Let me show you soap because John loves his soap. These are giant bars of soap. Did I show you these? No, I didn't. Did I show you what I bought at Companion Fiber? Or, dang, I might have to edit this whole thing out. I think I did. Hold on, pause. I'll just be real clear here that I'm losing my mind. That I really thought I showed this, but then I thought back and I showed it to a friend on a video. And that's when I was comparing the soap to the size of my hand, and I thought, I've done this before. So these soaps are all from soaptreasures.net out of York, PA, and John bought 3 of them. They're gigantic. This one is, oh, do they not tell you that? Okay. It's Cool Water, Vanilla Maple, they're huge, and Apple Sage. Ooh, that smells good. I did not smell them yet, so I'm going to take these upstairs to put them with our other soap collections. Oh my gosh. I'm a hot mess. I'm such a hot mess. Oh, I have one more. Pause. Okay. I had to grab something because I already put some of this yarn on a cone, and I'll show you that project in the next video, so stay tuned for that. This yarn is from Yarn Hero, and if you've not heard of Yarn Hero before, you should definitely check them out. They're comparable to, gosh, I'm not going to think of their names. It's dyed in the roving and then spun at the mill afterwards. So y'all are probably screaming it at me, but they're comparable to that. So if you are looking to get that yarn that's dyed in that way where it looks hand spun, this is your way to go. And the prices are, in my opinion, quite affordable. So I've used her yarn before. They're from Frederick, Maryland, so they're close, and so I see them at almost all of the fiber art shows here. Okay, I bought some mill ends, and so I bought this mill end. Now when you buy the mill ends, they weigh it, and then it's like however many prices per ounce or whatever. I paid $16 for this little skein and this one, which was actually a lot of yarn, but I've put it on a cone now. So, all right. And the last purchases were all from Frogget Yarns. If you haven't seen the big announcement for Frogget, please go check out their Instagram. It's so exciting. I'm so happy for them. So go check them out, and also give them a congratulations and a like. I guess I could say, because they've now put it out on Instagram, they got a new trailer, and it's bigger, and it's going to be awesome, and they've been working on it, and it's going to be amazing. So I'm super happy for them. So we got to shop one last time in the old trailer, and I was with my friend who is a knitter. She is actually not a crochet person. I thought she knew how to crochet, but I'm a big fat liar. So she knows how to knit, and so I was there with her, and I said, why don't you pick out something? Maybe I can crank you socks or make you whatever. And she went straight for this color, and I was like, okay, it's DK, so do you want a hat, like gloves? And she's like, surprise me. So I got this yarn from Frogget, And this is the Luxe DK. It's 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon, and it's Clan Fraser. If you've read the Outlander books, you get the reference. Such a good color. John decided he didn't want just a purple hat, but he also wanted a gold hat to go with his Ravens jersey. So he, you know, he's a tweed guy. He loves his tweed. So he purchased both of these. This one is called Hazelnut, and it's showing really green on camera, but it's actually more gold. Now this one's green, and this one is Olive Tree. And they're both the BFL tweed fingering, 85% 15 Donegal neps. So, they're both a fingering weight. So I'm going to make John hats out of both of these. That's what he wanted. And graciously, Tasha and Brian, I just need to say, they're amazing people. This is a Christmas colorway called Merry Grinchmas. Thank you so much. Like, it's got the neon neps in it. So it's neon tweed fingering, 85% superwash merino with 15% neon Donegal neps. The tadpole is what they call their mini skeins, and that is a 92 yard, and it's not tweed. And it's Merry Grinchmas, like the Grinch. So, oh my god, it's so good. It's so bright. All right. So I think Luna wants to say hello one last time. My monster kitty. We're going to go celebrate John's birthday early since he won't be here with us to celebrate, which is really sad. But he has work obligations that he has to take care of. So, let's see. We've been watching Hallmark Christmas movies. We've been watching all kinds, like, not all Hallmark ones, just new ones that we haven't seen before. We're already getting in the mood. And yeah, I finished about 3 or 4 books. I'm going to list them down below. None of them were like bangers. So, none of them hit really great. And none of them, I don't think I gave 4 stars. So they were all like 2.5, 3. And yeah, I needed to clear my palette from It, by Stephen King. That was, I just needed something to clean my palette from that book. It has a lot of racial slurs throughout that whole book, and it was just really difficult to get through because of that. The story with taking some of that out, like, you can insinuate that somebody's racist and not have to like shove it down somebody's throat. I know there's people out there that love Stephen King so much, and I'm not saying I don't like Stephen King, and I don't think he's actually racist. That book was really hard to get through. So honestly, my oldest asked me, who's old enough to read Stephen King, and was like, would you recommend reading it? And I said, no, actually, I wouldn't. Watch the movies. Is that terrible? It is what it is, I guess. The book I'm reading now is actually the best book out of the last couple that I've been reading, and that is called Slewfoot, and it is like about, I guess they're Puritans, like 1600 time of the witches. People were getting accused of being witches, and it's by Brom, B-R-O-M, I believe. And that book has actually been the best one so far out of the last couple that I thought were going to be good palette cleansers, and they were like, eh. I always list all the books I read down below, so just check that out. And I'm going to sign off here. Make sure you are taking care of yourself. Holidays are coming. It's always difficult for people, and, you know, just be mindful of that, because not everybody has family or family that they can go and be with, you know, so that's a lot. That's a whole lot. All right. Peace, love, and happy crafting, y'all. And until the next episode, I'll talk to you then.